Okay, so this is day 6 wrap up. It's actually day 7 on my 10-day juice fast, May 2020. And I guess I should start with my fail last night, which, well, it wasn't a huge fail, but later in the evening, I was studying and I just didn't want to have any more juice. And years passed when I would cheat on my juice fast, I would eat pickles and crystallized ginger, dehydrated, crystallized, sugar coated ginger. Didn't have that, but I did have, I went to the fridge. I had some bread and butter pickles. I had two little small jars of bread and butter pickles. And the reality is, it just, it was what I needed. It was what I needed at the time. I just didn't want to have any juice. It didn't sound good. And I had just had 2 cups of hot chocolate, Swiss Miss hot chocolate, like it was actually one big cup with 2 packets. And so that was kind of a fail period. Day 5 and 6, they're hump days, getting over the middle of the journey. And so I did that. But I did have a lot of juice and during the day, and I did have black tea. I'm back on the black tea. I'm off the green tea, peppermint tea combination. Once I get that taste of black tea or a little caffeine in my system, I am off to the races. So, it's what it is. Um, the main thing that I was thinking about yesterday was that, I am, my weight is so much better. It's 127 plus. I have topped out at 164, 165, 166, like that. Like that was many years ago, maybe 7, one winter when I was working. And so that is a 50-pound difference in my weight. Yeah. But mostly I hung out at about 158. That was pretty much where I hung out. So that's a 40-pound weight loss. So that's significant progress. But the thing that I wanted to talk about was coming in, my body coming into proper alignment. The reality is, it's a long story, but I am quite sure that my ideal weight is 118. That's where there's no extra weight on the skeleton, flab, and just in case, I come from a long line of very skinny people, and I got myself out of that category at one point. But the reality is that genetically, in terms of my true, body design, I have a very long, tall, thin frame. And when I put extra weight on it, my body does nothing useful with it. It mostly keeps it from my waist to my knees. And if I wear baggy pants, I wear long tops, it's hard to tell that I've gained weight. My face is maybe a little fuller, but my skeleton knows, and my muscles know, and my ability to clench my butt to support my back muscles. That's where it helps. That's where it hinders, actually, when I can't do it properly. When my top of my leg muscles can't engage to support my spine and my structure and my posture. Over years, I have gotten out of alignment. And as I have lost the weight and the pressure to be out of alignment, and I am coming closer into alignment, I find that I am much more aware of the work that needs to be done now, which I see as yoga to stretch the muscles and help the muscles to, kind of engage. Also, strength training, resistance training to, once the fat gets off of there, really get those muscles nice and lean and taut. And when I'm running, sometimes I'll think about my legs as pistons, and truly that's what they are. That's what they're designed to be, or pistons are actually designed after legs. If I am able to get the fat off and exercise and do my yoga, I will become more into proper alignment. Also, as I was meditating this morning, I heard all kind of gurgling sounds and kind of gas sounds in my stomach, and that I imagine is are my intestines kind of repositioning themselves and getting air out of the system, probably constricting somewhat, because I would imagine that they stretch, as you put extra bulk in there, and as that leaves, it goes back to, it resizes itself, and as it resizes, it probably shifts. And that's a good thing, I think. I would imagine that that is a good thing. So that's it. Just wanted to check in on. I did get through day 6. I clumsily stumbled through it. I did cheat, you know, but I didn't, lose it all and have a meal or something. Thoughts of food are coming in, but not so much. And now I'm sort of just in this stage of like, you're juicing, doesn't matter what day it is, just it's not over yet, just keep going. So after I get off this, I'm gonna juice up a bunch of green juice. I went to Walmart and I got a mess of kale, mess of spinach, celery, lettuce. I don't want that to go to waste because it really is, I'm on day 1 of 4 more days, and I hate to have a lot of vegetables left over at the end because I just don't eat a bag of kale. Unless I make kale chips, which I rarely do. I have, they're good. Um, so that's it. After I get off here, my day 6 report, I'm going to get juicing. I'll get through it. I am on the black tea. I'm doing milk in it and honey in this one. Non-fat, dry milk is all I have in the house. All my milk products are dairy, not dairy, but like almond milk and stuff are frozen in the freezer. And so that's it. I'm on day 7 today, which is great. I'm just gonna, keep in activity and just, mostly now I'm just drinking, but I'm always gonna be drinking as I do my activity. That's just my kind of base habit. But just kind of get through it and do my juice. I had a little tomato juice today, and that always, when all else fails. But I have a nice pineapple over there too. I need to break open the pineapple and the watermelon and do big fruit juice because it really does help to have those tall glass jars of juice. And I see that next Monday, Joe Cross has a live Instagram broadcast at 7 p.m. Central Time. I think it must be 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I think that's what it is. I'll have to double check. With the producer of his movies. So that I always just love to watch Joe Cross because he's, such an inspiration. So, and he's basically the person that got me on the dime and got me serious about juicing and showed me in his movie, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, what can be done with juicing. So that's it. Tomorrow's day 7. Tomorrow's day 8. Ooh, oh boy.